Hello, everyone. Hello, Sally here with some pointers. A lot of us are burning the candle at both ends. I just can't imagine what it's like to be working from home, having children from home, and I do understand that things are starting to become a little bit more routine. And even if you're loving it, even if it's easier for you, it's still a different kind of stress. Anytime we do anything different, it's stressful. It's just not familiar to us. And so we're kind of pushing ourselves outside the comfort zone. So I wanted to give you some pointers and ideas. This is gonna be a series, so you'll hear some different tips on every day, and we're going to be going from the stages of exhaustion and the symptoms that you are noticing with that, all the way up to feeling good, okay, and how you can support yourself with that. So today we are actually going to start with worst case scenario and build up, because no doubt there's some things in one area that are, not so bad in another. And so there are 4 stages, and we're going to start with stage 4 today. And like I mentioned, that stage is exhaustion. And with exhaustion, we also often have people who have fibromyalgia. And whether you've been diagnosed with fibromyalgia or not, fibromyalgia is really just undiagnosed pain. It's like your nerves are on hyperdrive right now. You can feel zombie-like. Coffee just doesn't do it, right? You sleep really hard. Like you hit the pillow and you're out, but you just do not dream. You have hypoglycemia, although it's not affecting it's not changing, but you just have, oh, I've got hypoglycemia, so I have to eat some protein more regularly, and you're managing that way. You're like the princess in the pea, right? The princess who couldn't sleep. It made her a real princess because she was so sensitive. And, well, if you don't know that story. So there was a young girl who came to a castle, and she was looking to spend the night. She was traveling and she needed a place to stay in, and she really didn't look, she wasn't dressed like a princess. And this was a castle, and they had a young man that they were trying to find the perfect wife for, but nobody was good enough for this queen's son. And so they would know that, princesses were extremely sensitive. So the test would be to put a pea under the mattress. And if the princess that was aspiring to win the hand of the king, the prince, couldn't sleep or was uncomfortable, then she was the one for him. So this, they put a pea, people came and they put this little pea, and some slept well, some needed a mattress or two on top. But this princess just woke up the next day. I mean, she kept on saying, this is the worst mattress I've ever had, and they'd pile another one on. She didn't sleep well, and she ended up being the princess that the prince was allowed to marry. So sensitive. Long story short, if you feel like the princess in the pea, you probably are in stage 4. Your pain threshold is like super, super, like you just are really sensitive. You have weak muscles and or ligaments, and you're just clumsy. You're losing your muscle control. And if you would be tested, you would have no DHEA or no cholesterol. Even your cholesterol wouldn't show up. So what can you do to help yourself if any of those symptoms show up for you, what are some pointers that you can do? So for short-term DHEA, you want to take, for no DHEA, you want to take a supplement. So either for short term, you take DHEA itself or Wild Yam supplement. So that would be like an herbal supplement. I like Herb Farm, HERBPHARM. They're a good brand. I found them to be really consistent. You want to take branch chain aminos like alanine, leucine, isoleucine, valanine, and in particular, you want to make sure you're getting thyroxin and cymotrypsin. I'll put these, I'll attach this form to this, to a document at the bottom of this, okay? So you'll be able to see it. You want to take green food in liquid form twice a day. You want to take protease to aid in your digestion. Essential fatty acids, no sugar, no sugar. And often we're using sugar to give us that kick that we need to get motivated. So you might want to do this over the weekend when you can kind of take some time off if you can, or at least have a little flexibility in your schedule. No simple carbohydrates, so no white foods, no white rice, no white bread, no white flour, and no partially hydrogenated oils. Take those out of your kitchen. You don't need them anyway. No margarine, no lard. You want to add coenzyme Q10, chromium, and carnitine. B1, B2, B3, and vitamin C. I like oh gosh, do they still make it? All B with C. They've got everything in it, which is great. You want to try to keep up with some aerobic exercise for 30 minutes a day. Do the best you can. That can be a nice walk around the block. That could be jumping on a rebounder. You might try walking up and down the steps. 30 minutes just to kind of get some oxygen going in your body. And you want to have some regular meditation or downtime. Take some time for yourself to read a book. 30 minutes for that as well if you can. You can combine your exercise with meditation by counting your steps. So that is called, oh gosh, what do you call it? I'm going to say walking meditation. Is that what they call that? But that's it. No Advil. No NSAIDS, okay? No dairy. Bioflavonoids, magnesium, selenium, and zinc. Those are all good for your thyroid. You want to use garlic, fresh ginger, fresh onions, capsicum, your red peppers, right? Use all of those with fatty meats. Ooh, that's going to be a good meal. So you want to have steak. You want to have hamburger. Of course, you want it to be grass-fed. And you don't have to have a lot, but you're going to need something like that. And you want to just really have it flavorful. Pack it with those onions, ginger, garlic, and red pepper. Eliminate caffeine. Yeah, I know. To deal with the perceived stress issues, put stress issues in your control. So how can you control what's happening in your life? Even if it's just a little bit. And one of the easiest things that I honestly do is I remember that life is happening for me, not to me. No matter what happens, I've done some things that I am like embarrassed about. I mean, I tell you about them, but it's like, oh, I was so stupid. That was so dangerous. Whatever it was. And even if I have been, it's been something that I felt was out of my control, it's how I react to it, right? So look at things with neutrality and look for the part that's going to teach you something, because on hindsight, I wouldn't have had my life any other way. I really wouldn't have. And smoothies are really good. Smoothies are awesome because they help you digest better. I mean, like they're almost chewed for you. So right now, you need that if you are a stage 4. And that, incorporating that, will help you move to stage 3. All right. So good luck. Tomorrow, I'm posting stage 3. So we'll learn about what's involved in stage 3.